There, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of Kit Conspiracy. Today I am working with more of the What's Cookin' collection from Simple Stories. This is the same collection MK is working with, and it may still be available in her shop. I'm not 100% sure, but at the time of voicing this it was. So I'll put a link for that down below just in case you're interested in it. So I have this certificate that my son participated in this 4-H event called Favorite Foods Day, where you have to prepare or have a menu of a meal that you would prepare. You prepare one of the foods, the dessert usually, and the judges taste it. Your menu has to include all of the steps for making, or all of what you would be preparing to go along with that dessert, and then you have to have a recipe card and all of that, and then you have to set up your place setting as to what things you put on your menu. So if you put a salad on there, you need to have a salad fork, etc. So I really liked this pink card because it has the table setting on it and where everything goes. And I thought that was really cool, and it would be a great point of reference for down the road when he looks back at it and goes, oh yeah, I had to know all of that at one point in time. I don't know if he still knows it, but because these are from 2010, quite a while ago. But I wanted to go ahead and note that. Now I will be doing a companion page to this tomorrow, so you can come back and check that out. And the companion page actually has a recipe on it for the pumpkin cheesecake that he made. I already documented the regular cheesecake, but I think the following year he did pumpkin cheesecake, and we had to do quite a bit of altering of the recipe to kind of make it pumpkin-y, but we used the original recipe for his cheesecake and altered it, and he made it several times in practice so that he would be able to make it for the day of the event. So you'll see that tomorrow, but I wanted to start with this page where he had to know everything, and then I'm going to write a little bit about that in that upper right hand 3x4 card. So I'm just using a 3x4 card, a 4x6 card, and the certificate because I thought that was really cool. I didn't really want to leave that out or take a photograph of it. Since I have the original, might as well put it in the album, right? And I like that it has some texture on it with that gold seal, and I thought that the yellowy card up in the upper right kind of played off of that gold seal in the bottom left-hand corner. And I really liked this minty paper because it goes very well with the 4-H-y kind of theme with the green on the certificate. So that was my thinking. I am distressing the edges of my paper just to give it a little bit of texture, and I am giving it a border of white all the way around, which I love. I always love that look, so it's something I do quite frequently. If you watch my channel all the time, I'm sure you've seen me do this before. So I typically just cut a 1/4 inch off of two sides and then mount it onto the paper because I like a really small border. I apologize for the cat in the background. He wants to go outside, and he's not allowed outside anymore. I'm sure you've heard this story before, so I'm not going to go over it. But yeah, after multiple injuries, he's sequestered to the house. So he still thinks he's going to talk somebody into going out. So my apologies. Ignore him. Okay, so I am just adding a bunch of adhesive to the back using my tape runner. Nothing fancy. I do want to make sure that my certificate here is nice and straight because everything else is kind of, I don't know, maybe an oversized grid like look to it. So I want to make sure that I give enough of a border around the top and the bottom and then the right and the left to make it feel like it's centered to some extent. Now I do have the certificate off center because I'm going to have my title kind of hang over the top of it, and I'm liking how that's looking, and it's going to give it a little bit of balance because the title is so large. So that title piece that says What's Cooking is from one of their page kit elements, I believe is, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it gave you enough stuff to do a couple of pages, like a double page layout, and so that is what I am using there. And then I am just writing down the process that the kids go through to prepare for this event and then what all is expected of them. I didn't make you sit through all of that. You can pause the video at the end and zoom in on it if you are interested in the writing. But basically, I've already told you what happens. So, you know, you can skip that portion. But it's not very exciting just to watch the video or watch me writing. So I do want to have 3 little clusters around my layout, just to kind of give it that visual triangle. And I am building a large cluster down at the bottom. I really loved all of the elements, and I love that I have a lot of options. Sometimes when there's not a lot of options in a kit or a collection, I kind of feel like I have to scrimp and save to make them last for the other papers that I'm going to be using or the other stories that I want to tell. And I really just don't like that feeling. So I appreciate a kit that has a lot of embellishments. And if you're somebody who likes really simple layouts with a lot less embellishments, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I like to have a lot of options so I don't feel like I'm going to use the wrong one and not have it for a later page. I know a lot of people feel that way about their paper. Like the paper has to do justice, or the photos have to do justice to the paper because the paper's so beautiful. What if you use it wrong? For me, I don't really feel that way about the paper. The paper, I feel like there's always more paper. But when I have a series of photos I'm using, I feel like I might run out of embellishments. So that's where I kind of like scrimp and save. Whereas the paper, I'm like, there's always more paper. I can find paper to match this. And I also feel like the paper, you know, if I use it, it makes more room in my stash for more paper. So, you know, it looks better in the album than it does sitting on a shelf. So use the paper. That's my theory. So I am using some tickets here, inking most of my things up with some black soot distress ink. I did trim some of the white border off of a couple of things, I believe. And then for the tickets that have the little corner cutouts, I just use a regular hole punch in the corner to get that rounded look. It's a lot easier for me than it is to try to cut that corner out. Now you might be thinking I should probably use smaller scissors to fussy cut or to cut those corners out. I use my big scissors for 90% of all things. Mostly I only pull out my smaller scissors for when I'm backing a very intricate cut file. So yeah, for me it's not the scissors, it's just getting that little corner to be like a perfect quarter circle or half circle or however much of a circle that is. I feel like the hole punch does a great job. So that's just a little tip for you in case you're interested in that. Now, while I am finishing up this layout, I do want to remind you to go check out MK's channel. She is using the same collection that I am using. Today is, I believe, well, this should be going up on Monday, so it would be a bonus layout. We have been posting Fridays, Sundays, and Tuesdays, and then Wednesday doing a leftover share, and Thursday doing the kit share for the following week. Now, this Thursday, it is Thanksgiving, so I will have a kit share, but it's only going to be for the following 2 days because that's the end of the month. So you can tune in on Thanksgiving if you wish, or if you're not interested in that, that's okay too, or you're busy. You can always tune in later. But I do have layouts for Friday and Saturday because the month is not over, and Kit Conspiracy is something that we work on all month long. And so there may not be a video every day, but there will definitely be a video on Friday because that's our normal posting day. But I do have videos for you for Friday and Saturday, so come back and check that out. So here I am just trimming off more of that white border. The big white border is kind of annoying to me. I feel like it's just too big. So a lot of times I trim it off, especially if it's going to be really prominent. Sometimes I don't mind it if it's going on white paper because it kind of blends in the background. But when it's going on top of other colored things, I definitely am more of a trim the white border off than leave it on. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I did get some of those faux brads on there, which I really love to give that extra texture. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you would give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you subscribe as well. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to leave any comments or questions down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And I will see you again tomorrow with the companion page. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.